What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different that I kind of keep getting asked about, so I figure periodically we can do this. And I want to show you what I'm actually working on instead of my fun projects, because people always ask, you see it in the background, and just like me, if I was watching a video, I'd be like, hey, what is that thing? What is that? What are you doing over there? So this is a 59 Apache that I'm building. This is my workspace. You can see I have zero room. Transmission for the Bago. Oh, this is funny. When I make those other videos, I sit here and then talk and the camera is like actually my face. So it's really kind of weird, but yeah, a little behind the scenes action there. So this is the frame. We'll uncover it. I'll talk about it and show it to you. GSI machine and fab. I landed the rear end and then I got all the plumbing basically done. And then I took the cab off the frame to do the sheet metal rust repair. Like all the lower portions are all kind of rotted out and beat up. So getting it up on here, making it mobile. As you can see, I don't have any room. This is stationary, so I can just push this in and out. So working on this portion here, there was rot under the cowl. So I ended up having to cut this out and fix those little pieces. There was rot back here. This piece was all rotten, so I ended up making a piece. The repop they make came up, but it didn't go high enough to cover the rot we had because the rot went way up. So you can see there, all the way down. And then there was rot like up under the cowl. Where were we? Here, and I think there's more over there or something. But anyways, and like this guy, and then I haven't touched anything on that side. So like the lower cab corner rears and stuff have been done, and then these are some repops that are sitting here that we'll get, you know, I'll put those in. But yeah, so working on getting all of this mounting surface done so we can put this on. But before I put this down, I'll pour 15 everything. And then there's pieces in here. I'll show you that one. See it sitting up in there? That needs to go on this side, but I have to fix that pocket and then put this thing on that side as well. And then this whole side is the same deal. I haven't even looked at it, haven't touched it, because I can only do one thing at a time. There's no reason to overwhelm myself. So we'll get this all straightened away. Awesome, pour 15 done. And then we'll move on to the other side. And then when that's all done and the other rot, whatever we find, gets fixed, I gotta take this windshield out too and see how this drip rail and everything is. The only thing I think I'm gonna do kind of custom wise, I guess you could call it, is I'm gonna pick and shave the firewall. I don't think I'm gonna cut the whole thing out. I think we might shave holes. We'll see what we want to get the thing to kind of look like, and then I'll actually probably put a layer of paint on this portion. But the rest of it's gonna kind of stay ugly, and it'll get landed on the frame. And then I believe it's gonna decide what to do with this. And then kind of the cool thing, it sucks because it's like even more work to put it together than take it apart again. But we'll get to work on any of the bugs. He can drive around, do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about the thing because it's already ugly as far as like damage or anything like that. And if we have to add or do anything to it, it's not painted and finished and done. So he can actually drive it and use it and figure out what he likes and doesn't like. We can make any sort of changes. And then I think at a certain point we'll pull this back apart. Then that'll go to blasting and everything. So it's kind of a lot of work to do it this way, as where like I should blast this and then finish the metal work. That's my usual method of madness. Like I'll get something like this, I take it all apart, we take it all the sandblaster, I get it back and I prime it, epoxy prime it, seal it, and then I go through and do rust repair. That way I can fix everything because I can see it all. However, this has pretty well original paint. It's real thin, so there's not a lot of hidden stuff on it. You know, sometimes you get cars, you think they're nice, they're not. Old cars are all junk. They're all crap. I don't care what anybody says. They're just polished turds. Unless you're getting some foos, can dig it, crazy, whatever. But even then, it might look nice, it might be great, but there's still spots that you can't fix the rust. I guess you could dip it, like when they do those dips, that would probably be the only way. But there's panels, like if you would have to take it all the way down to sheet panels, clean it all, and then re-tack weld like the whole cab together or whatever, you know what I mean? So I just laugh because old cars are always going to be an old car. They might look nice, but ultimately it is what it is. So yeah, so that's the cab on this. Let me unwrap this and then we'll give you a tour. This is really kind of what you guys probably want to see, and you can ooh and ah. This is just a rusty old cab, but it's going to go down on a pretty awesome frame. So let me unwrap it. So here is the frame. It's just an empty box. So these are ultimate headers. And supposedly they're made for this frame, and then the guy said they weren't made for the frame, so we have fitment issues. So he corrected this side, looks good, and that side needs some work. So we sent pictures and stuff, and we're working with them, but we'll probably end up sending it back. But all in all, it's like Corvette disc brakes, air springs, like I said, this GSI, fab, the welds, everything are bitchin'. If you're wondering, I clear coated this frame. It was kind of one of those deals. The guy wanted it clear coated. I'm like, never done it. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll stick. This thing sat outside for well over a year, and it seems to be all right. So that's how we're gonna run it, I guess. 48.8 out of the junkyard. All the lines I bent up, and then here's the whole air suspension package. I hardlined everything except this portion here, and then I have it all fed to underneath, and then it all goes to hardline. So yeah, fuel, dual compressors, obviously it's not wired, I don't have any wiring done, just plumbing. The battery box is mounted. Air springs in the rear, rear end, again, all the plumbing. You call that like the freeway crossover. There's a dryer and all the hard lines, and they all cruise through, you know, in below there. Doing a fuel. Here's the regulator, so it'll regulate here and go back, kind of like a Corvette setup, and then it'll be a single run up to the front. And then on this side is air. So this is the air suspension line that comes up, and then this header, we're gonna have it moved over a bit because it's too close. So he adjusted it once, but they gotta do it again. The guy's been really cool about all that though. But yeah, so this is all air, and then that's the fuel. Then brakes. Come around here, got the engine landed. My starter box, got all the lines going there. And then I've got the jump off here, which ended up being a little close. I didn't have these when I built this, but I think we'll be okay. We'll just run some lava wrap here, and these are brake lines, so front and then rears. And then this is the ending point for the fuel, so the fuel will come off here, and will make its way. You got your manifold back here, so we'll have to figure out. We'll get that thing over the header or whatever once this is all finalized. I could move this if need be, I guess, but we'll see. And then the exhaust, I think, is going to come over, and then in the center we'll just do a muffler in the center, and we'll have to keep it up because it's going to lay on the ground. But yeah, essentially that's kind of it. That is the grand tour of where I'm at for the most part on this thing. And again, a lot of hours. It looks nice, but as you can see, it's like putting the headers, and I don't know, and then when you start taking other parts and people are involved that, you know, I don't have control over, some stuff is like doing the header deal. I was like, let's just log manifold the thing, and then I control where the exhaust goes. But we already had the headers that were supposed to fit, and then now that we're working on that. But he'll make it right. The guy's been very, very nice, very cool. And I believe it was Ultimate Headers. He's been very helpful. So we'll get this done. We'll get further along. Maybe when I finish up some of the rust repair, we can bring you guys back. Let me know if you want to kind of see more of this stuff as I go, or if you think these periodic updates are enough. So yeah, now I'm gonna put all this stuff back away and go do some other things with myself. But you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm waiting on parts. We're kind of in limbo, but we're gonna get there. You guys keep it locked. I'm out.